Hi everybody. Today we're going to be talking about stem changers. It's just a quick review. If you haven't already gone through and learned about the regular stem changers, you should probably back up. They go into more detail than I'm going to go today, but we're going to do this one. It's a quick review and just sort of to remind you about stem changers. So, of course, the first quick part is, what is a stem changer? This is a verb where you take the stem. In this case, we see querer, the Q-U-E-R is the stem, and you're going to make a change to it. It's not the ending. It's not the A-R, the E-R, or the I-R. And so we're going to make a change in all of the forms except in the nosotros or the vosotros form. That's super important to remember. We never stem change in the nosotros or the vosotros form. And if a verb has more than one syllable in the stem, then it's that final syllable of the stem that's going to be changing. There are a few different types of stem changers. In this case, we see that there are E to IE stem changers, there's O to UE stem changers, and there's E to I stem changers. Some people would even say that there's U to UE stem changers, but we just don't really find those outside of the verb jugar. So stem changers get their nickname boot verbs because they don't stem change in the nosotros or the vosotros form. So if you were to draw a line around the yo form, the tu form, the usted, el, ella form, the ustedes, ellos, ellas form, it would kind of look like a boot, at least as much as Italy looks like a boot. And then that's just, the name boot verb is there to remind us that we don't stem change in the nosotros or the vosotros form. Down below we see the verb pedir, and we see P-I-D-O, P-I-D-E-S, P-I-D-E, but it's P-E-D-I-M-O-S, P-E-D-I with an accent S in the vosotros and the nosotros form, and then piden in the ustedes, ellos, ellas form. So just a couple of notes. There is no way to know if a verb is a stem changer other than to memorize what those verbs are. There's nothing about almorzar, querer, pedir that stands out and says, hey, I'm a stem changer. You just have to use it often enough that you always remember that it's a stem changer. Changing the stem has no effect on the ending. So once again, you look down below, we have an AR verb, an ER verb, and an IR verb. And the endings, the O, the AS, the A, AMOS, A with an accent, IS, AN, for the AR verbs, we see the same kind of thing for the ER verbs, the IR verbs. Those are the normal endings for regular present tense verbs that we would have expected, whether it was a stem changer or not. So the fact that it's a stem changer has no effect on the ending. The only thing that has an effect on the ending in the present tense is whether it's the yo form, the tu form, the usted form. So who's the subject? You have to change the ending to match. But the stem change is determined by whether it's in the yo form, in the tu form, so forth and so on. One of the other things that we see down below is that you can have AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs all be stem changers. So it really is just a matter of memorizing them. Past that, we take a quick look at the different kinds of stem changers. You'll notice here, like all the other stem changers, they don't stem change in the nosotros or vosotros form. Verbs that are E to IE stem changers can be AR verbs, ER verbs, or IR verbs, and we just see 3 examples below. I like the example preferir because it shows us, oh, if I have a stem that has more than one syllable, I'm going to make that stem change in the final syllable of the stem. Okay, O to UE stem changers. Like other stem changers, they don't change in the nosotros and the vosotros form. We look down below, we see almorzar, AR verb, poder, an ER verb, dormir, an IR verb. So they can be AR, ER, or IR verbs. They follow the same pattern that we saw in the E to IE stem changers. So the final syllable of the stem is where we make that stem change. And just like what we were doing with the E to IE stem changers, we're going to take that vowel, in this case the O, and we're just going to change it for UE. Like all of the other stem changers, they will not stem change in the nosotros or the vosotros form. So for almorzar, we see almuerzo, we see the change, almuerzas, almuerza, almorzamos, you see how it's Almorzamos, almorzais, and almuerzan. So that pattern carries across in poder and dormir. So nothing super difficult there, just having to remember, oh, these are stem changers and it's this kind. E to I stem changers are a little different. The function is the same, but only IR verbs can be E to I stem changers. It's important to recognize that we're not saying that all IR verbs are E to I stem changers, but rather we're saying for E to I stem changers, they can only be IR verbs. Like the other stem changers, they don't change the nosotros or the vosotros form. That's how they got their nickname, boot verb. If you were to outline them, it kind of looks like a boot. And we see here an example, pedir. We have the PED in the stem becomes PID in all of the forms except the nosotros and the vosotros form. So I made this chart just to kind of say, oh, look, verbs that can be an E to IE stem changer, that would be AR verbs, ER verbs, and IR verbs. Verbs that can be an O to UE stem changer, that again would be AR verbs, ER verbs, IR verbs. Verbs that can be an E to I stem changer, only IR verbs. Verbs that change in the final syllable of the stem, all of them. Verbs that use the normal endings for their conjugations, that would be all of them. And then this was just sort of my tongue-in-cheek thing here. So we have the stem change. Which verbs can stem change in the nosotros and the vosotros form? And you'll notice that none of them are checked. You can never stem change in the nosotros and vosotros form. And just as a side note, that applies for whether you're talking the present tense, whether you're talking the preterite tense. It just in the nosotros and the vosotros form. I hope this was helpful, and have a great day.